This is Minda Wilson from Urgent Care, and I'm excited to welcome Jayme Bella of Greenway Organics. She is a mom and entrepreneur and a woman I greatly admire for her accomplishments. Welcome to the show, Jayme.
Hey, good morning. Thanks so much for having me on today.
I'm really fascinated. So you started your company because of your own needs to provide safe insect repellent for you and your child.
Exactly. I at the time I was pregnant. I was living in New Jersey and my house flooded. It became infested with flying insects. My husband and I decided to remain in the house while we rebuilt it and just went to the store to buy bug spray. And while we were standing in the aisle, I could not pronounce half of the ingredients on the back of the label, and I saw chemicals like DEET. And I said there was no way I was going to use this on myself or my unborn child. Given that I was already living a healthy lifestyle and had somewhat of a knowledge in essential oils, I started ordering different oils from around the world and built a machine and was bottling it in my living room just for myself, handed it out to friends and family, and the response was overwhelmingly positive. And that's when we decided, hey, you know what? Let's turn this into a business. Let's bring more people products like this, because as a mom and a consumer, if I had this problem, I can't imagine how many others out there had the same problem.
Yeah, I mean, it's really shocking to me that this hasn't been addressed sooner because, especially with Lyme disease and a lot of diseases borne by mosquitoes, that people and the child safety issues, that people haven't looked at this before.
You know, it's pretty amazing. People say all the time, oh my gosh, I can't believe you were the first organic bug spray. And we just say, you know what, it's hard to believe, but we are. And I think forever, people and consumers become very comfortable with all, what they're offered in stores without looking at labels or understanding. And I think today consumers are ultra savvy, especially moms. People understand and they know if they can't pronounce something, they probably shouldn't be using it. So I think, we just want to be ahead of that movement and make sure that we are offering people healthy solutions.
So, I mean, you've accomplished a lot with your company. I mean, you started it in another garage to a garage story. So you started and then what process did you go through to sort of grow it?
I think, it's a little bit different. I think when we started, it was on the ground running, offering it to places like Whole Foods, places where specifically they catered to natural and organic products. But being that we are priced affordably, which was one of the main missions of our company, we kind of had three when we started. One was to be effective, one was to wear all of the seals, the USDA organic seal, all of the certifications that we can, and then the third was to be affordable. And that piece, being affordable, is I think what broke us into other markets. I got our products on QVC on TV. We got our products this year. We had the national program in Costco. We sat right next to the conventional items. But I think it's because of our price point. We weren't out looking to only cater to a small amount of people. We really wanted to be an everyday brand where if a consumer walked up to the shelf and saw a conventional item and an organic item, and it didn't break the bank for them to make the organic choice, they would. And that's how I think we've been ultra successful.
So was this your first business that you were involved in?
I would say that both my husband and I are both entrepreneurs. He's a little more serial entrepreneur than I am. Before this, I was in the fashion industry for many years. But then we kind of looked at each other when we created this bug spray and said, this is it, let's do this. I quit my job in fashion, and he had a cleaning business. Well, we both did an organic cleaning business in the city that was kind of hard to scale, and we both saw this opportunity and just said, let's do it. And, between friends and family and ourselves, self-funded the business, and now we're having such exponential growth. We'll probably at some point be looking to do a raise of capital to come out with even more products.
That's That's so impressive. So you started out with your husband's business with an interest in natural organic products because you were providing clean services, and then you had your own family. How did you go about developing the products?
Well, I think that having a knowledge in essential oils, if you really study each one of them and kind of go back to your roots, to Mother Nature, you'll find that many of the ingredients like citronella, lemongrass, cedar oil, these have all been used for thousands of years to repel insects, all different kinds of insects, everything from flying insects like flies and fleas and little no-see-ums to mosquitoes and ticks. So really for us, being that we were already living this type of lifestyle, it was just natural to go right back to all of these essential oils, which have extremely incredible benefits, other than even bug repelling benefits. So that's what we did. We put together what we knew and what we had been using and what Mother Nature has been providing for thousands of years.
So how did you know it worked? Like, when was that moment when you said this combination will eliminate mosquitoos from my life, or this combination will?
Yeah, our house, like I said, it was flooded and really infested, and we were living in it. And right when we used this and we put it on our skin, and then even when we were sitting outside, reading in the newspaper, we would spray the cushions on the chairs or spray the umbrella above us, and automatically, right when we got this one formula, we had said, oh my gosh, we sat out there for like 4 hours and did not get one bite. And that's when we said, oh my gosh, let's hand this out to all of our friends, all of our cousins, all of our family, and get feedback, because we loved it. And the feedback came back as, this is the best spray we've ever used. It's soft on the skin. It was just, an aha moment.
And then from there, and then what made you say, okay, friends and family, we're going to start it's like the old Mickey Rooney, Judy Garland movies. You said, okay, let's put on a show. And then you got yourself your first opportunity at QVC. How did that come about?
It's pretty interesting. I belonged to a gym at that time and outside of in Pennsylvania. And we have a couple other products, some cleaning products that are just unbelievably amazing. And I was in a spin class, and the coach of the spin class, her bike was really dirty, and she was complaining about it. And I happened to have one of my products in my bag. It's a little on-the-go hand and surface cleaner. And I said to her, you just got to use this. I said, it's organic, it's all essential oils, it's safe on the skin, doesn't harm your nails, smells great, and cleans great. And she cleaned her bike, and she was sold. And she came up to me, and she's like, well, what's your company? What do you do? And I told her, and she's like, she just became a cheerleader. And it turns out that she was already going on QVC representing the Kind Bar. Mm-hmm. And she said, I need to introduce you to these guys and take you in. And we went in, and that was it. We went on air. We sold out our first time, and it's been 5 years now on QVC.
And then the next thing that happened was that from there your business got to a certain size. And then what was the next step you took? After
I think the next step was obviously finding out what's our next product going to be. And we've added on a couple different products in the same category. We have a 2-in-1 sunscreen and repellent that's incredible. It doesn't harm the coral reefs. It's SPF 30, UVA, UVB, water resistant for 45 minutes, and it has the sunscreen and it has the repellent in it. So it's a no bite, no burn. Apply once during the day, and you don't have to worry about sun or bugs. We have another revolutionary mosquito pouch that eliminates the tiki torch and the citronella candle. It's a small little pouch. You add water. It releases a CO2 gas, and you create a bite-free zone. Female mosquitoes are the only mosquitoes that bite. The reason they bite is when they're pregnant, they believe they have to feed their babies a protein meal, which is our blood. What this bag does is the CO2 gas actually tricks her protein receptors and makes her she goes back to being a pollinator, because mosquitoes are actually bigger pollinators than bees. So after she's tricked, she goes back to feeding on flour, and you create a bite-free zone in your backyard for a 100-foot radius, and it lasts for 7 days. It's a really revolutionary, unique item. And then we have a line of cleaning products. So it was really, what do we add on, that can help people, really enjoy the outdoors in the summer? I think for me, it's really important. I'm lucky. I live by the beach in Venice, California. my kids are outside from 5 in the morning until 8 o'clock at night every night, and I just think it's so important to have kids and families and people outside being active, enjoying, and if there's any way that we can help them do this and feel safe, then I've reached my goal.
So what's it like balancing kids and the entrepreneurial lifestyle?
I think it's interesting, but it's super exciting and fun. I think my kids are fantastic. I actually, right before this, I was at CrossFit doing my CrossFit routine, and I had the kids do their, they have a person that does CrossFit for them. I think they're super smart. They're great. We take them everywhere. We just got back from a 5-country tour that we did, meeting all of our suppliers for essential oils. They came on the entire trip with us. So I just try to, bring them into every aspect of my life so that they can learn and grow and see what we do. And I wouldn't change it for the world.
Creating a family business so the next generation will be able to run it.
Yeah, they are always coming up with ideas of things that they can launch. For example, my daughter said to me the other day, "Mommy, I want to create an organic perfume, and I'd like to put it in the American Girl doll store," because I never let her wear anything other than, what I make, because I know the chemicals and stuff that's in it. So here she is trying to create something for other kids because she understands that they can't use chemicals. So it's pretty interesting.
Yeah. And do you have educational programs about chemicals and helping the environment? I know you're involved in giving back to the people that you buy the oils from.
Yeah, I think that program is in other countries where we help farmers get certified. We also give back a portion of our sales so that they can have clean water and give back books for education. We do have some educational platforms on our website. But I'm sure that as we grow, we would like to do a lot more in the educational space so that people can understand that they can make, different types of choices. So I'm sure we'll grow that piece of it.
And one of the things that's really interesting to me is, I've been reading about the Roundup problem, where, people who have been using Roundup to prevent weeds are now developing cancer.
Yeah, I don't like to bash anybody, but that's one of the worst products out there. Unfortunately, there's a lot of products out there that have been out there that people are using that are just really, really harmful, and it's coming to light. Same thing with sunscreen. You talk about Hawaii and Australia, and all the reefs are dying, and a lot of it comes from the ingredients in certain sunscreens. Mm-hmm. So I think, more and more these things are going to come out, and hopefully, consumers aren't going to be shocked, but they're going to understand that they can turn to other companies and make choices. I think as a consumer, for me, the hardest thing is to have brand loyalty and to find a brand that I trust. And that's why we want people to understand who we are. Greenerways Organic will always be transparent and honest and truthful, and show you every single ingredient that's in our product, so that people can trust a brand.
And you have these certifications. Now, what are they, and what do they mean?
Well, I think for me it was about having a stamp of approval on your bottle. I think there's a lot of people out there that use the word organics or organic or natural in their name, and the products have 97% inert ingredients, and you really don't know what's in there. Most of those products do not have any certifications. It was very important for us for people to understand that the USDA organic seal or the non-GMO seal, that we go through hoops and bounds and we're regulated by the government, that what we're saying is really true, that all of our ingredients are certified organic from seed to shelf. It was that extra step that consumers can trust that, what we're putting out there is true. Because like I said, if a company says they're organic but there's no certification on their bottle, 10 out of 10 times they're lying to the consumer.
Right. And so who are these organizations, and how do you get the certifications?
I guess you got to go through a lot of hoops and bounds. USDA Organic is a government certified organic. It's a government program, and they come in, and it's everything from the practices within your warehouse to the farmers in any country that you use. Like I said, organic seed to shelf, that everybody's following these practices from beginning to end, that there's absolutely no chemicals, no pesticides, everything is grown naturally and organically. and they come in and we get certified once a year. And every farmer we work with in different countries, they have to get certified as well. It's a long process, but to us, it's important and it's necessary.
So it means that the soil that they grow the products in, the product,
there's absolutely no chemicals, no pesticides used for growing.
Okay, and that in the past there were no chemicals and no pesticides.
Correct. Yeah, the land is tested completely, and the great part about it is that a lot of the oils we use are already natural repellents, so farmers don't really have to use anything to repel these. But the problem is that a lot of farmers don't have the means and the funds to be able to certify. So we come in and with the portion of our sales, we help do that for them. So yeah, these lands have never had any type of pesticides or chemicals in them.
And then based on that, you get these wholly organic oils and products that you use to make your products, so that people can rely, with knowing that they're certified, that your company has really using clean products.
Yeah, exactly. That we take this very seriously. It doesn't take how long. It doesn't matter to us how long it takes, how hard it is, and how much money it costs. There's no other way. That's the only way for me, is that I can prove to consumers by wearing certifications that what we have is truly what we say it is.
Right. And as a mom, it means that you can, I'm a mom, it means you can rely on the safety of the product and know that they won't be harmful to your children, exactly. That they'll do what they say they're going to do, and that you can, and that your children can be safe using them. Now, I have a question. So when you apply these products, like sunscreen, for example, or repellent, is this something that you put on once, or do you need to repeat it? How does all this work?
I think it depends on perspiration or swimming. I think for our repellent, we say 4 to 6 hours. If you are dripping sweat, you may have to reapply more. The great news is that because it's essential oils, it's soft on the skin, there's no burning effects. It's very pleasant, and the smell is pleasant. Mm-hmm. And then for the sunscreen, it depends on how much, it depends on how much you're swimming, or if you were in the ocean, when you need to reapply. But it is water resistant. So even if you're with your kids out and you take a swim and you come out, they're still going to be fine. I think you have to kind of gear that on your own premonition. But on the back of all the labels, we say from testing that we've done, how long they last.
Yeah, because one of the things I've noticed with parents is that, your kids are out in the water, they're having fun. Sometimes you forget to put it on again, or I'm guilty of this myself, or you don't realize that it's not one and done for the day. You have to repeat.
Hold on one second. Sorry, my husband was just saying goodbye. He had to go to a meeting.
Okay. Sorry. Girls got to make a living, right?
I know, right? I think, like I said, with our sunscreen and repellent, if your kid goes swimming one time and comes out of the water, you still will be fine. I would say that if they're swimming all day, that maybe you'll have to apply twice. But we've made it with this special. We have a proprietary ingredient that's like an encapsulation that almost expands whenever you get wet, and that makes it last longer than almost any other sunscreen on the market. But, like I say, because it's organic, because there's no chemicals, it can't hurt to reapply again. We were thinking about creating a really interesting app that you would just type into your phone and the app the time that you applied it, and then it would set an alarm off on your phone that would remind you when to reapply, because we have a ton of people that say exactly what you just said. I forgot to put it on my kids, then they got burnt. So I think we're going to work on creating an app that'll go with it so you can be reminded.
I'd buy that.
Yeah, it would just be something that there would be a little QR code on the bottle, and the app would be free, and it would, once you, zap the QR code and onto your, and you open the app, you'll be good to go.
Now, are you involved in creating the new products, or do you have chemists? How do you come up? How do you work with
We have a
people?
whole team other than myself and my husband, who obviously, for example, with the cleaner, I'm a clean freak, and I've tried every single product there is on the market that's natural or organic, and none of them worked for me. So I spent about almost a year with formulators and chemists to create the perfect cleaner, and it's the most amazing product, I think, on the market. So I think the ideas and some of the different things when it comes to smell and testing, we have a lot of people involved. And then, yes, we do have trained chemists and formulators that also are part of the team.
So, so as you grow, you're building your business, you're creating a staff, you're focusing on sales, focusing on finance. Who were your mentors? Who were the people that helped you figure out how to scale?
I would say that I have a lot of mentors. We have a couple people that are on our board that are pretty incredible, that have had previous businesses in different sectors, whether it be fashion, software development. I've got a ton of great people around me, and I'm constantly meeting people. For example, I'm part of a group called NABO. It's the National Women's Organization. I actually won an award recently in Southern California. I got Woman Business Owner of the Year. And through that organization, I've met some pretty spectacular, incredible women who have, been there, done it. And so I never close a door. I'm always looking for people to mentor me, people who have been through what I've been through before, and then on the opposite end, offer my information to whomever that I can help as well. So I think that never ends. That's constantly growing.
Yeah. So for young women, we have many young entrepreneurs who actually are listeners. So for those people, or young men who are interested in starting businesses, what would be the key advice that you would give them? Not to be afraid, but then what?
I would say just don't give up. When things get challenging and things are tough, take a step back. And I think that being creative, we've always found a solution. And the one thing we've never done is give up. As hard as it gets, if it's something that you believe in, push forward and make it happen.
Well, it's clear from talking to you that you are absolutely passionate about your business, your products, your family, and that people can look to you and what you've done as a role model for how to go about building a business that they love. So if people want to get in touch with you or learn more about your products, what's the best way for them to do that?
I would say they can go on my website, www.greenerways.com. We also have a Facebook page and Instagram. You can check that out. On any of the bottles, there's an 800 number. I'm pretty psycho, so all of the phone calls come to me first, and then I divvy them out. So I'm pretty easy to get in touch with, and I will always welcome phone calls. And then I just wanted to thank you. I think you're doing a great thing on your show as well. And so I do appreciate the fact that you had me on today to speak, and kudos to you as well.
This is Minda Wilson for Urgent Care.
You go to the doctor and get a diagnosis you didn't expect and you don't understand. If you're like so many of us, your first move is to search the internet for information on your condition. Wouldn't it be great if you could get real information? That's where MedAdvisor comes in, a completely free website that delivers the most up-to-date information from doctors, hospitals, researchers, and clinical trials worldwide. MedAdvisor is free, private, and personalized information about your specific medical condition. It's literally as simple as going to medivizor.com and signing up for free. MedAdvisor is free, easy to use, and saves you hours searching for information you can't find on your own. MedAdvisor is a private, personalized, and HIPAA-compliant resource. MedAdvisor, improving the lives of people with serious or chronic medical conditions and those who care for them. Your personalized medical information is a simple click away at medivizor.com. medivizor.com.
The first step towards helping someone with a hearing loss is to help them overcome denial. An important step is to stop enabling the hard of hearing person. This means stop being their ears for them, repeating what others are saying or what is spoken on television more loudly for them. The longer someone with hearing loss is able to depend on another person for communication, the longer it can take them to come out of denial and seek medical help. Seniors in particular tend to passively accept their hearing loss as a natural part of aging. Be supportive and offer to help them find simple, affordable, and yes, even cool solutions and lots of great information from Clear Sounds. Visit www.clearsounds.com to learn more. Use coupon code RADIO at checkout and we'll take 20% off your order, and every order is only $3.95 to ship. That's clearsounds.com, CLEARSOUNDS.com.
Hi, I'm J.K. Simmons. We all know that a good education is a stepping stone to a great career. But what kind of education do you think the men and women in our armed forces are getting? The truth is, it's an outstanding one. In the military, they gain a unique set of skills in areas like technology, engineering, planning, and communications. But more importantly, as soldiers, they develop a set of values they will carry with them for the rest of their lives, like discipline, courage, and leadership. Our veterans can provide tremendous value to the businesses that hire them. And helping a veteran find meaningful work is one of the greatest ways that you can thank them for the service they provided to our country, protecting us and our freedoms. So on behalf of the Coalition to Salute America's Heroes, I want to urge employers and businesses everywhere to hire smart and bet on a vet. To learn more, call 1-888-44-SALUTE or visit saluteheroes.org on the web. Thank you.